What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Strong Family Money Podcast. My name's Andres. Thanks for coming back. For about 3 years now, I'll say about 3 years. For about 3 years now, I've been struggling with finding what, now it's a midlife crisis. I've been struggling on where to take my path, what path I should go down. And because I'm a dad, I'm a husband, I have to take my family along with me down whatever path I'm going down, because I'm the head of household, I'm the breadwinner, so it's important for me to, number one, stay employed, number two, make sure it's the best employment for my family, and also maybe it's being employed isn't the right path to take. I mean, maybe I need to take more responsibility for how I earn my living, which is what I've decided to do here in the last 3 years, trying to find the right niche, the right task to do that. And it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard when you're in the position that I am in. If you were a traditional, I guess now traditional 2-income household, then maybe it'll be a little easier to do that, right? So while I'm deciding to do what I'm gonna do, my wife, who has the potential to earn as much or if not more than I do, can shoulder the burden of taking care of the family while I start down this other path. But right now we are a single income family, so I have to, while I'm deciding what I'm going to do, I have to also maintain the income coming in, so we can eat. So while they're going down that path, right, and that path is, for all intents and purposes, is a really good path, right? So I have a good job, puts food on the table, we can do fun things, and I wouldn't say, no job is secure, but, I've worked there for a long time. They've been really good to me as far as compensation and time off, and especially now since we're going through this whole pandemic thing, being able to modify my schedule so that I can make sure that everyone at home stays healthy and limit my exposure to outside people. And if I want to stay on that path, right, everything would end up being okay. There'd be no problems, right? But personally, I think it's time for me to explore a different path, and this path isn't really the one that I'm exploring, isn't really, the same path as the good one, right? The good one is, I go to work and I get paid for, someone else finds the work for me and I just perform the task, and everything's already laid out. It's got to make it a certain amount of time and contribute a certain amount of things to whatever is going to help me make money when I'm done with that path, and everything would be great. Lots of people are on that path. Lots of people have taken that path and gone to the end and made it. I just think it's time for me to try something new. And so this other path that I'm taking, you got to pave your own way, right? Over here, the roads are paved. Over here, you got to pave your own roads, right? You got to chop down your own trees. Everyone has to take their own path. There's no path that says everyone that takes this path is going to make it to the end. And you got to do this, while you're, taking care of your family up here and making sure everyone is, good up on this path. So basically, you're kind of like living two lives for a while, until you reach to a certain point down this path where you have to chop down your own trees and pave your own roads. Eventually at the last minute, you just bring your family with you, and everyone can now start down the one path. But you shouldn't be, if you're in the same boat I am, you shouldn't be discouraged. If you consider this like a paved road, and this over here like a jungle where you got to chop down all the trees to make your own way, right? And if you look close enough in this, to get metaphorical, to get zen about it, if you look closely enough in the trees in this path, the other path that less people take, you'll see other people in there, right? Other people chopping down their own trees, paving their own roads, right? All dirty and grimy from all the work they have to do that isn't, so they can pave their own way, right? You'll see other people doing it, and I'm here to say that you're not alone if you want to take that path to, make your own way, and for it's not the same for everyone, right? You may just want to, get from one place to the next, from working to not working, retirement or whatever, and your magic number may be a lot smaller than other people, and so you may not cut down as many trees, or your paved roads may not be paved, they may just be, stomped, they just clear the dirt out of the way, right? And the satisfaction is you doing that on your own and making it to the end, regardless of you could have made more money doing it the other way or not, right? Totally okay. Everybody's different, right? Not a problem, right? But you have to understand that there are other people doing it, people there to help you. It's okay. You have to make your own path, your own journey, so that you can get to the end and be satisfied with yourself. And a lot of the times, that's why, myself included, that's why you want to try and do this, is because it's not necessarily the amount of money that you're gonna potentially make or not make or whatever. If you were just to work 9 to 5 for however long you have to work, and you make it to the end, I mean, that's great, and you retire and everyone's happy, right? I think the reason most people take this other path is because it's not about the money. It's about the journey and doing it on your own. And, at the end of the day, you say, yes, I supported my family and we did really well taking this path, but this other path is, taking your family basically on your back, and you're all going to make it to the end, whatever end that is, because you carried your family to the end. So it's okay if you want to do that. It's okay if you don't make as much money while you're doing it. You have to feed your family, of course, and all that stuff, but if you got to live on beanie weenies for a little while, it's not a big deal. The most important thing is to be happy and to be satisfied. And at the end of the day, when you reach the destination, be it retirement, be it a big business that you run, be it working from home in some small mom and pop business that you and your wife or you by yourself run every day, making it to that journey, that end of the journey, is the most important. And you have to understand that you're not to downplay what anyone's doing, but you're not alone. You're not the first one to do this. And speaking for myself, if you look for others that are doing the same thing, if you have questions or need some place to bounce ideas or don't know where to start, I know for a fact that people like me will be more than willing to help you and answer questions and offer suggestions, so that you can make it to keep going. I mean, because most of the time you don't really need an answer. You really need someone to bounce an idea off of, and just so that you can keep going and not stop. Because there are times, myself included, where you get to a point where you say, doing this, I'm just spinning my wheels, I'm not getting anywhere, right? I should just go back to working for somebody else, and it'll be a lot easier. Most of the time you just need someone to say, nah man, it's, you're doing good, you're making progress, however small it is, you're still making progress, and you should continue doing what you're doing. But you're not alone. Take the first step. You can do it. It's all worth it in the end. It's all about supporting your family and being happy and providing for them. And whatever capacity you do that in, whether it's for yourself or somebody else, as a father, you have to, we've decided to be providers for our family, and you have to have that mindset every day that you're going to go out and provide. Even if you have to work 2 jobs, or you do your main job and your side hustle for a long time, right? You do a lot of overtime. Your kids don't see you, but you're still providing for them, and that's your job. Your job is not to be the facilitator of entertainment. Your job is not to raise cool kids to get them all the neatest gear, right? Your job is to provide for your family and make sure at the end of the day you make productive adults that you're happy with. At the end of the day, you're happy to say, I did my best. They are able to provide for themselves and for others, and I did my job as a father and a provider. So anyway, let me know what you think. Leave comments down below. Send me an email if you want to discuss further, and I will talk to you guys next time.